Hello guys, this is the Southern Hellenist. I'm back with another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about when people come in contact with your religion. And so I did this video last month, but I totally forgot to upload it on the 1st. So I'm redoing this video so that it doesn't confuse people, people who are like, does that even make sense? So anyways, one of the big things about any path, no matter what it is when you live by yourself or you live with someone who is extremely open-minded about your religious inclination, like my brother is, you really don't have to worry about problems. Now, and I know I've said this several times in the past 2 years since I've had this channel, but I lived with someone who at first was very open-minded about what I was doing, and then later on became so close-minded that you couldn't even hit her mind with a Mack truck to get anything through. So when you have family members that don't know and they come by and they visit you unexpectedly or whatever, they're going to see evidence of your religion. For example, is when we moved down to Virginia to take control over what my brother is going to inherit, one of the things that we're going to be doing is spending a lot of time clearing out things that we just don't need and keeping the things that we do need. It's a process that I had, me and my brother had to do it with my mother. We threw practically everything away except for a couple items. Like I still have the dragon in the castle candle sniffer that my mother got me, I think over 20 years ago. It's a very, very old candle sniffer. It's very well used and stuff like that. So it's one of the few things that I have that mother bought me that I still cherish despite who gave it to me. So when we go through the things and we all decide as a group what we're going to keep and what we are not going to keep, then I will be spending a lot of time, going and adding things. We're going to be mowing the lawn, and I will be constructing or having ordered items that are for my religion, and I will be doing a lot of outside rituals and things like that. So so when we have people that, especially family members, that do not know that you're pagan or polytheist or heathen or whatever, and they come across your religion because either you have your altar in the living room, which I'm really considering having the main altar in the living room. The living room isn't really big, so I may not be able to do that. I'm just thinking about what I could possibly do. Let's say you have a pretty good sized living room and you have your main altar, no matter if it's Wiccan, Hellenist, heathen, whatever. If you are coming in contact with closed-minded relatives that do not like your religion, my advice to that person is, this is your place, this is where you go and you pay the rent or you pay taxes or whatever. You have the right to have your altar in full view. So when we have like narrow-minded people or people that don't want to accept there's other religions out there, it can be very, very disconcerting. It can be very stressful and things like that. However, you could also have family members that are respectful of the fact that this is your home, and therefore they will not say anything. And that is people that are respectful and understanding that you're in someone's home and you have no right or business to make any kind of comment. So when Perry came over, he didn't look in the rooms. He may have gone to the bathroom because, long trip. But he didn't inspect things. He didn't touch things because he was in someone's home and he wanted to respect that boundary. That, yes, I'm in my kid's home. This is, they pay rent, they pay utilities, all that jazz. So I need to be respectful of that. And my adopted father has this view of, I don't control your life once you hit the age of 18. Now, if you're under the age of 18, yeah, I'm going to tell you what to do. But when you hit 18, you're an adult. You do your own shit. So it's really great to have someone who understands those boundaries. But for a lot of people that move out of their parents' home and they discover this religion, or they've been practicing it without their parents' knowledge, and now they're out on their own and they're in their own place, they definitely will encounter these issues, especially if their parents have a bad habit of wanting to come and visit. But it's one of those things that you really have to set those boundaries. You have to have rules in place, and you have to say, okay, what am I going to do if this happens? Okay, I tell you what, this is what I'm going to do. So it's important to have those boundaries. It's very important to make sure that those boundaries and rules are known, because the worst thing that can ever happen is to get a lecture as a 50 or 60-year-old man by parents that are barely hanging on there, but feel the need to dictate and control your life, even though you have been out of the house for probably about 40 years. But it is, I think any time that people come across something that's different, I think the first thing they just love to do is to criticize it and attack it. Because my mother was very good at criticizing people. Oh, why does someone want to call themselves a witch and all that stuff? And I'm kind of like, and how is this your business? It's the same thing with, one of my coworkers asked me, well, what do you think about gay people? I'm thinking, as long as they're not killing people and chopping them up, I don't care. I don't care. That was basically, I said it that way to say, look, I'm not really interested in this conversation. My answer is, I support gay people. I support members of the LGBT community. I just wanted to drop the subject. I don't know why you asked me that question anyways. Like, really? Why you asked me this question? I don't want to talk. I gotta go get cups. And actually, I was actually going past him to get cups when he asked that question. I'm like, why you asked me this question? We're at work. I have work to do. I don't have time to answer questions. But my answer would have been, I support the LGBT community, and if you don't like it, you can find yourself another job. That, but I wasn't going to get into a shouting, arguing match with someone who is as racist as Caucasians. Yeah, surprisingly, people in Africa are racist. I should know, I had a coworker who came from Africa, and he's racist too. He's racist against African Americans. I'm not going to go into that. That's an entirely different animal. But I just let you guys know, I've actually met a racist African, and it's pretty disturbing. Pretty disturbing. I'm sorry, I don't support racism in any form, fashion, or way. If you're a black African and you're a racist towards people of color in America, that's your problem. You know, that's your problem. But anyways, so getting back to the subject, you know, you're going to encounter that, and you know, especially when you practice Wicca, definitely are going to encounter that, which is sad. But what are you going to do? You know, there's nothing much you can do about it. All right. So, you know, the only thing I think pretty much, let me take back, the only thing you can do is educate, but even that goes out the window with some people. Oh, before I let you guys go, this is what I'm eating. It has spices, and it's got eggplant, crushed eggplant, and a couple of things. You kind of have to eat it slowly, or you'll kind of get that desire to, you know. But it's not super bad. It's just different. But you gotta eat it slowly. Oh, you gotta eat it slowly, or your gag reflex will activate. I should know. That's why I'm drinking it down with this, because I just keep it in there. So hopefully this meal doesn't come back to haunt me like last week's meal did, which I said in a previous video. I am not going into details about that, but it did haunt me. My brother was like, "What lesson have we learned today? Don't be stupid. Don't get 3 cheese stuffed bell pepper thing." The rice was good, so I'll leave it at that. So I will see you guys around until next time. May be happy, healthy, most importantly be safe, and hail to the gods. Bye.